Good evening, and we're going to talk about the two different destinies of the church and the nation of Israel or Yasharel, because in Scripture there's certain promises that have been made to the nation of Israel or Yasharel that our Creator Yahuwah will fulfill in the latter days, and He's also made certain promises to the church, and and we're going to go through that today. I want to read through my notes in regard to this subject. Israel was given a homeland on earth with geographic boundaries as an everlasting possession. And you'll find this in Genesis chapter 15, verses 18 through 21. The millennial kingdom on earth is all about Israel. And that's why we have to look to the Old Testament or the Tanakh for descriptions of life on earth during that time. Now you'll find passages like Isaiah chapter 2 verses 2 through 5, also the whole chapter of Isaiah 35, Isaiah 65 verses 17 through 25. Also you'll find Ezekiel chapter 40 chapter 40 through chapter 48, and Micah, the book of Micah chapter 4 verses 1 through 8. All these verses tell of an Israel restored to a position of preeminence among the nations of the earth, and of the promised land turned into a rich garden paradise where Yahuwah himself will once again dwell among his chosen people forever, just like he promised in Ezekiel chapter 43 verse 7. Now that's the destiny of the nation of Yasharel in Israel. But the church has no home on earth. Our citizenship is in heaven, as the Apostle Paul wrote about in Philippians chapter 3, verse 20. And our millennial home is the New Jerusalem, an enormous entity that's too large to fit on the earth. But it will be located in earth proximity. You'll find that in Revelation chapter 21. John describing it coming down out of heaven after the second coming, as beautiful as a bride on her wedding day. The city is nearly 1,400 miles in length, width, and height, and it will be 2/3 the size of the moon, and made of the purest gold and precious gems. This is the place Yahusha has been preparing for us, and to which he will take us, so that we might also be where he is. He said, if it weren't so, I would have told you so. That's found in the Gospel of John chapter 14, verses 2 and 3. Even when Israel receives the new covenant, and you'll find that in Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31, there will still be a temple, a Levitical priesthood, and daily sacrifices for sin, periodic holy days, and other requirements. And you'll find this in Ezekiel chapter 40 through chapter 46. And again, we're talking about the time of the millennial reign of the Messiah on the earth. In the New Jerusalem, there will be no temple. You'll find this in Revelation chapter 21, verse 22. And there are no additional requirements. After the second coming, only the believing remnant of Israel will be left to dwell in the promised land on earth. Together with the Old Testament believers, they will constitute national Israel. At the rapture, the church will depart the earth to take up residence in the New Jerusalem. Wow. Boy, if that doesn't get you excited about our destiny for the church. Now, in Revelation chapter 21, verse 27, speaking of the New Jerusalem, John said this. He said, nothing impure will ever enter into it, nor will anyone who does what is shameful or deceitful, but only those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life. And of course, this is a reference to the church. Only those that have been born again of the Ruach HaKodesh, Jew and Gentile believers, their names are written in the Lamb's book of life. This tells us also that the New Jerusalem is the home of the bride. Now, in Ephesians chapter 5, verses 25 through 27, Paul taught, and also in 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 1 and 2, the Apostle Paul spoke of espousing the church to one husband, to Messiah, that he might present us as a pure virgin to him. The Greek word translated espouse means to betroth or to give in marriage. It's clear that the church is the bride of Mashiach, of Messiah. So, again, you can see that the home or the dwelling place for the church is in the New Jerusalem, and nothing impure will be allowed to enter in. And that's why we will have to be resurrected before that happens, before we enter into that city. We will experience our resurrected bodies, will not be subject to sin anymore, and Yahuwah would have completed the plan of redemption for the body and the bride of the Mashiach. And so this is good news and great news to understand what lies ahead for us as the bride and the body of Mashiach. Thank you for your time this evening, and please continue to share my videos. And there's, as I mentioned before, there's over now I think 1,400 videos for you to use to be ministered to share with others. And there are other topics besides the rapture that I've taught on until I'm released to get into some other areas. We're just going to continue along this line. But I do have some things that I know that we're going to be sharing besides the rapture, but the timing's just not right for that right yet. But I'll know when we need to share these other things that will be a blessing to you as well. So thank you again for your time. Remember this, that Yahuwah loves you and I love you. And until next time, shalom.